Hey guys, welcome back. This is IELTS Speaking, Part 1, topic number 20. We are going to talk about weekend activities. We have 5 questions here, as usual. We have done 19 more topics. If you want to find the other 19 topics, visit our IELTS Q&A page, check the playlist. You can see the rest of the topics. So I'm going to ask the questions and give sample answers to those questions. So the first question is, what do you usually do on weekends? What do you usually do on weekends? It changes and depends on what I have to do in my playlist, but I love to spend my weekends just chilling. And if I have the energy, I love to go to play basketball or a little bit of boxing. It's usually about sports. Um, Recently, I've met some friends and I love to meet them, at the weekend, and we talk about different things, especially work. They are working in a day job, so we could exchange ideas, what's going on in their world, what's going on in my world, and we could meet somewhere. In other days, I would just chilling home, just staying at home, laying back, watching a movie or reading a good book. Question number 2, do you prefer relaxing or being active at weekends? Do you prefer relaxing or being active at weekends? I prefer relaxing most of the time, but I said if I have the energy, I love to go outside. I think relaxing would be my first choice. Did you have the same weekends routine when you were younger? When I was younger, it's quite different. Weekend was, we are like a big family, so we didn't really need to go out to find friends to play with, so we just played among ourselves. And sometimes we would watch movies at the weekend because that's the only time that we could watch movies. Not during the weekday, especially when it's one day before or the night of school. So we usually have this kind of activities. Right now, I'm doing probably 10% of those things, like lying back and watching a movie. I have added a lot of things as I've just stated before. It could be going outside and meeting my friends. It could be doing sports. It could be reading a book, etc. Question number 4. What would your ideal weekend look like? Well, my ideal weekend would be like waking up a little bit late, at around 11, probably having a big breakfast, Turkish breakfast. If for those who knows how it looks like, probably in other countries too, but that's my experience with the biggest breakfast I've ever had in my life. It's like a picnic, that table with different kinds of food and all friends, maybe 10 or 15 people sitting there talking and eating slowly. That would be an amazing activity, to have with a family. So that is the kind of weekend I'd love to have in the beginning, and later probably playing some games, if it's volleyball, if it's football, spending time with the kids. I hope they don't have probably homework in that day if I happen to be able to have an opportunity to help them within the week. And probably if I were to meet friends later on for probably a football match, watching the game together, talking, exchanging ideas. That would be perfect for me. But right now, with the circumstances that I'm having right now, with the lifestyle I'm having right now, a perfect weekend for me is just waking up again a little bit late, having breakfast somewhere outside probably, and then just reading something or watching something somewhere around 2 or 3, hitting the gym, for a couple of hours, and coming back, taking shower, have a little nap, later on probably going out and meeting friends in the evening. That would be one of the days. And on Sunday, I would love to just lay back, sleeping most of the day, resting, not doing anything or doing whatever I want in that very specific day. Question number 5. Did you like to spend weekends with friends or family? Well, I'm not very close to my family right now, so for me, it's usually alone, not even with friends. But lately, as I've said, I've met a few friends, so I love to go outside and spending time with them. But if I were to choose between friends and family, and if both they are available, I'll definitely choose family. You know, if families can be friends, that is an amazing thing to do. Not every family is the same. So if the closeness you have within family is not traumatic, some families, when they come together, they always fight. You can't judge them. It happens. It's part of relationships. Humans, we are very delicate, especially with families. And some families, when they come together, it's always a lot of fun, and loving each other. So some people have really great relationships with their cousins, with their brothers and sisters. So it depends on what kind of relationship I'm having with my family at that moment, obviously with friends as well. So I always choose the place where I feel safer and happier, you know. Yeah, so that would be my choice. But for right now, given the circumstances, I'm picking friends. All right, so that was the last question. So we had a question about, or a topic about weekend before, but the questions were different. As you can see the example here, sometimes the headings of the topics could be the same, but the questions that appear could be a little bit different. So don't be surprised if you come to encounter a topic or a heading that we have done before, absolutely with different questions. That's not a problem. What's important is the kind of question it contains. With that being said, wishing you all the best. Keep on working and see you next time.